Hey guys, so I am here to do a book haul. Me and my cousin went to the library. Well, me and my cousin and my fiance all went to the library, and we kind of went a little crazy. So I have 3 videos for you because I'm gonna try to do them short and sweet. I got 3 bags. Well, technically I got 2 bags from the other day, and then 1 from today. So Zoe, knock it off. So I'm going to show you what I got. We went a little crazy because we found a new section of the library that we didn't know existed, and yeah. So the first one, a lot of these are true crime books, because true crime, serial killers, murders is like right up my alley. So I like couldn't put anything down, and so I came home with like almost every one. The first one I have is Picture Perfect by Shana Hogan, which is a Jodi Arias story. The next one I got is Footprints in the Ship Snow by Charles Lockman, which is the One Shocking Crime, Two Shattered Families, the coldest case in U.S. history. I believe, does it say? Yeah, 55 years. It was a cold case. So I'm really excited to get to that one. The next one I got just looks really good, and it's called The Dead Will Tell by Linda Costello. I'm not sure exactly what all of these are about. If you want to know, look them up on Goodreads, or you can put it in the comments below, and I'll definitely let you know. And then I got The October List by Jeffrey Deaver. Then I got this one. I've never watched, that's a lie. I've watched maybe 1 episode of the show, and it was really good, and so I wanted to know more about it, and so I got the book, thinking since I don't really watch that much TV, the only TV I really watch is the stuff I get from the library, might as well read the book to see if I like it or not. And it is Grimm, The Killing Time by Tim Wagner, which is based on the Grimm television show. The next 2 I got are both from V.C. Andrews. I have Vicious and Darker Shade of Magic that I really, really want to read. So, and I've heard such good things about her, so I decided to pick up 2 other books that apparently were Lifetime movies, and I love Lifetime movies, so I'm hoping I'm really going to like these. If you know anything about them, put them in the comments below so I know. The first one is Seeds of Yesterday, and then I got If There Be Thorns. They looked really, really good, and I've heard, like I said, oh, this is a classic family saga that began with Flowers in the Attic. So I can't read this one. I have to get Flowers in the Attic first. But, oh, I think this one is too. I think I have to get Flowers in the Attic first and then read these. I didn't know that. But maybe I'll get that one and then I'll get these 2 a try as well. The next one I got is a graphic novel. I saw this and I picked it up. I'm not sure if I'm going to read it all the way through or not, but it looks good, and so I'm going to give it a chance. And it's Jack the Ripper Hellblade #1 by J. Tao Yu. I'm really interested, like I said, with killers and stuff like that, and this is about Jack the Ripper, and it's a graphic novel, so I'm going to give it a try, but I'm not going to say I'm definitely going to read it. The next one I got, I saw, and I had to pick it up. And it is The Demon of Brownsville Road. And it says, A Pittsburgh Family's Battle with Evil in Their Home by Bob Kramer and Erica Manfred. It just looks so good. And this is one of my favorite types of books, like the long mass paperbacks. And it's like really loose and everything. Oh, it's my favorite type of book. So I'm really excited to read this because it just sounds so interesting. The next one I got, I actually am very, very interested to read this because it kind of doesn't really pertain to me, but kind of. It is called Inside the Real Family of Criminals Bound by Blood. Killers in the Family, that's what it's called, sorry. And then the sub thing is the Inside a Real Family thing. It's by Robert L. Snow, and this is about a family of killers, I guess. In July of 2008 that killed a whole bunch of people in Indianapolis, which is the, obviously the capital of where I live right now. So I decided to pick that one up because it looked really, really interesting. The next one I got, I'm sure everybody knows this about me. I am infatuated with this case because I was down in Florida when it happened, and I just think she is idiot, and I love this entire case, and so I got Inside the Mind of Casey Anthony by Kenneth Ablow. I might have read this, I'm not sure, but I can always read it again, and I love anything to do with her. I own, I think, like 3 books about her. Laura, come out here. I own like 3 books about her, so I'm really excited to get to this one. I know, I'm weird. The next one I got is Sleep My Darlings by Diane Fanning. I don't know if you have been with me for a while or not, but I had hauled this in a haul a while ago, but I picked it back up again because I didn't get a chance to read it, and so I'm actually going to read it this time. The next one I got is Blur by Stephen James. It is a YA book, and it's like one of those buttery feels, and it feels so good. And I know this is about this boy finds a body in the river or something, and I believe it's also a series, so I'm really excited to get to that one. The next one I got, I've heard, it's an older book. Let's see when it's from. It's from 2014, so it's not that old, but it's on the older side, and I've never heard of it very much, and then a couple of videos recently, I've been seeing a lot of it, so I decided to pick it up because it sounds good, and it's Teased by Amanda Michelle something. It's very, very shiny, but it looks really good. And Ellen Hopkins blurbed it on the front, so you can never not like something that Ellen Hopkins likes. So I'm really interested to get to this one. The next one I had gotten a long time ago to review, and I never did. I had started it, but just like I've said with every of my other review books, something else caught my eye, because I am very one that I'm going to read what I want to read when I want to read it. If someone tells me, like, oh, you need to read this book by this time, oh, you need to read this book by this time, I'm not good at reading it by that time, just because, unless it's something that I really want to read. Like, I have some books coming from some publishers that I am, like, so excited to get my hands on, and, like, this one wasn't one of my big ones that I wanted to get to, but I really want to read it, and so I grabbed it, and it is called The Stone Girl by Alyssa B. Schneemel. I don't know. I know she's anorexic and she doesn't eat. That's all I really know about it. So I am excited to get to it. It's really small, so I'll probably get through it pretty quickly. The next one I got, I had heard from somebody a long time ago about this book, and I just recently saw it again, and so I needed to pick it up because I wanted to read it all that time ago, and I totally forgot to write it down. And it's Vivian Apple at the End of the World by Katie Coyle. Then I got another new kind of book, but it just looks really good. And so I got 99 Days by Katie Kodungo. I hate all these names. I can never really know how to pronounce them. Then I got Boo by Neil Smith. I've never heard of this author before, but this looked really, really good, and it's about a ghost, an 8th grader ghost, and it looks really interesting, and I like how the front is like a locker. The next one I got, I started reading the back of it, and it kind of sounded stupid, but then I kept going, and it sounded a little better, so I'm going to give it a try because it looks really good, and it does sound good. So I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. And it is Capturing Angels by Virginia Andrews. The first part of it talks about, like, Mother Mary, but then it talks about how one tragic day at a shopping mall, Grace looks down to realize that her daughter has disappeared from her side. So it sounds really good. So I'm definitely going to give it a try. I don't know if it is a Christian book or not. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but it never hurts to try, right? The next one I got is the Medea Complex by Rachel Florin Roberts. This looks so good, and yet again, it's one of those really floppy books, which I love, and this just looks so, so good. And the little, like, sentence thing on it says, the mind can conceive of darker crime than murder. Ugh. I think it's pouring outside. Oh, but this looks so good. Like I said, we found this new section of, like, the popular books, and so we got a lot of them. The next One I got, I actually have both of them in this haul. I got 2 books by the same person. One of them I had on my list to get, and apparently so did Sarah, and she found it, and then I was like, I wanted that book. And so there was 2 of them, so I got one too, and then the other book, which is the second, I think, no. The next one we found apparently is his first book he ever wrote, which is the first to the next book. And so we got both of them since they had 2 of each. The first one is The Absence of Mercy by John Burley, which is his very first novel, and it is the kind of beginning of The Forgetting Place by John Burley. This is his very first novel, and this is a chilling follow-up, but when I put it in Goodreads, it did not say number 2, so I'm guessing it's kind of like a companion to this one, so I probably could have read this without getting this one, but they both look super amazing, so I decided to get both of them. Then the next one I get is a classic, or the next one I got was a classic. I'm excited to read this because I've heard so much about it, and so much good things, and I know there's a movie and I want to watch it, but I definitely want to read the book first. It is like severely pouring outside. And so this is The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I am sure you have all read this, but I haven't, so I'm going to jump on this bandwagon. The next one I got is kind of a stupid one, but I thought I would get it. It's really small, big writing, so I can probably get through it pretty quickly. I'll probably read it maybe today just to bring it back. And it is Baby Bumps by Nicole Paluzzi, a.k.a. Snooki. And it says, From Party Girl to Proud Mama and all the messy milestones along the way. I loved Jersey Shore. I know everyone will probably judge me, but I loved Jersey Shore, and Snooki was one of my favorite characters. Well, she wasn't really a character, but she was my favorite person on Jersey Shore, and so I wanted to read all of her books. I actually own all of the other ones. This is the only one I don't own, but I really wanted to read it because I thought it was interesting, because I know she has done so much growing up since having her child. It's absolutely insane, and she is such a good person. The next one I got, I was kind of hesitant to get because I know one of my favorite booktubers, Pat Foot and Prongs, Raylene over there, she started this and said that it was a DNF and she just couldn't finish it. So I was very hesitant at picking it up, but it looks good, and so I thought that I would give it a try. And it is Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon. It does look really good, and the cover is really, really pretty, so I'm going to give it a try. If I can't read it, then I can't read it. But you can't say just because someone else doesn't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. And the last 2 books I got, I had hauled Snow, I think it was, the last time, or something like that, and it was the Wicked Story of Snow White. Well, I found the other 2 in the series. I think there's only 3 so far, but I wanted to read all of them. And so I found this one, which is Charm by Sarah Pinborough, and this is the Wicked Cinderella story. And then I also found Beauty, which is the Wicked Sleeping Beauty story. These are the stories, like the legitimate well, not scary stories, but the Wicked stories, as it says, of these princesses, because Disney, like, changed all of it. So I'm really excited to read these because Disney is some of my favorite stuff, and these are some of my favorite princesses, so it'll be very interesting to see how this person writes their story. But that is all for this haul. If you have any questions, comments, anything, put them down below, and I'll definitely get back to you. I hope you enjoyed my books. I'm sorry it's long. Watch out for 2 more books from me, because I have 2 more hauls from me, because I have more books to show you. I love you guys very much, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.